A man took an elevator to another dimension. Now that's a headline that's going to make you raise your eyebrows, isn't it? It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, doesn't it? But what if I told you this happened in real life? And not just any old elevator, but an elevator in an IKEA store. Yeah, you heard me right. It all went down in an IKEA store in the Swedish city of Kista. A man got into the elevator, and when the doors opened on the 4th floor, he stepped out into a completely different realm. He was greeted by a vast, unending corridor with no doors, windows, or ceilings. The man instantly realized he had traveled to another dimension and quickly called his wife to share the incredible news. But here's the thing, the authorities didn't believe him. They thought he was high on drugs or something because traveling to another dimension is impossible. I mean, how could someone just step out of an elevator and find themselves in another dimension? It makes no sense whatsoever. As the man insisted he was telling the truth, the police searched the elevator shaft to see if there was any way he could have escaped to another dimension. But they found nothing. The shaft was exactly the same on the other side, just like on our side. It was just an elevator shaft. However, when the cops looked up the man's story, they discovered something strange. They found that a similar incident had occurred 13 years prior, but nobody had taken it seriously back then either. It seems like people just don't believe extraordinary things can happen in ordinary places, like IKEA stores. The man was so sure he had traveled to another dimension that he refused to leave the 4th floor until someone investigated the elevator. But after a while, he started to get hungry, and the IKEA cafeteria was the only place open where he could get some food. When he entered the cafeteria, people stared at him because he had dirt on his clothes and looked like he hadn't bathed for weeks. He ordered a cup of coffee and a sandwich, which cost him around 60 kroner. He paid for it with a credit card and left a tip before heading back to the elevator. But when he got into the elevator and pressed the button for the 1st floor, the doors didn't close. He tried again, but it didn't work. The man was trapped on the 4th floor. He waited in the elevator for hours, hoping someone would come to rescue him, but nobody did. So he decided to do something crazy. He jumped over the safety barrier to get out of the elevator, but there was no floor beneath him. He had jumped into another dimension, and just like that, the man vanished from our dimension into another one. Some people might think this is the end of the story, but others believe the man is still out there somewhere, stuck in another dimension with no way to get back home. They say he's doomed to wander the endless halls of that strange realm forever, searching for a way out. But what do you think? Do you believe this crazy tale, or do you think it's just another hoax? Let us know in the comments below. As for me, I'm still scratching my head, trying to figure it all out. How could someone just step out of an elevator and find themselves in another dimension? It just doesn't make sense. But hey, stranger things have happened, right? Like the time I went to the grocery store and they had a self-checkout line with only one item. Talk about weird. Anyway, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this mysterious elevator to another dimension. Do you think there are other dimensions out there just waiting to be discovered? Or is this just a wild conspiracy theory with no basis in reality? Either way, it's a fascinating topic that's been keeping me up at night. Well, folks, it's time to wrap things up. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more entertaining content. And if you have a friend who loves a good mystery, be sure to share this video with them. Until next time, stay curious and keep an eye out for any suspicious elevators. You never know when one might take you to another dimension. Thanks for watching.